Hi everyone, this is T Dinesh Kumar. In this video, I'm going to explain you about the satellite remote sensing by GPS. In the introduction part, I'm going to give you an introduction about the satellite remote sensing, how it is being done. So the satellites that are being used for taking the images continuously are the LEO, low Earth orbiting satellites, where the satellite will be rotating or orbiting around the Earth and the Earth will also spin around itself. Due to this, we have a system that takes images of various regions of the Earth repeatedly for every 5 hours or 10 hours depending upon the satellite orbital period. These satellites that are used for Earth observation revolves around the Earth at an altitude of around 600 to 900 kilometers. These satellites could capture a wide image covering a large area that was not possible with the earlier land surveying methods, including the aerial photogrammetry. The satellites are capable of taking images in several frequency bands, such as optical band and microwave bands. Each band image serves its own purpose depending upon its application. So, an example of this is your spatial resolution, where if there is a cloud cover above the terrain and if one wants to take the images in the optical band, then because of the cloud cover, one cannot observe the ground. Only the cloud cover will be obtained in the satellite picture, but on using the microwave remote sensing images, it is possible to see beneath the cloud cover. So, these are three diagrams or three images on spatial resolution. So the important term called spatial resolution is often encountered in satellite remote sensing. There are numerous satellites placed in various Earth orbits that are capable of providing spatial resolution of data varying from a kilometer to few meters. So I can see a low spatial resolution which is obtained from a few hundreds of kilometers or 10 kilometers, 50 kilometers like that. So the actual image. So if I enhance it to a further few kilometers, we get a medium spatial resolution where we can see this type of resolution of the image of the Earth where we want to cover it. So the first one is the high spatial resolution where you can see the exact structure of terrains, fields, uh, buildings, roads, terrestrial, trees, etc. So spatial resolution plays an important role in remote sensing. One has to decide upon the resolution depending upon the application that is being used. If an application demands an image covering a wide area, resolution in kilometers should be preferred. If the application is forest mapping, then one does not need to count each and every tree. Only the entire extent of the forest needs to be measured. In such cases, it is advisable to go for a coarser resolution rather than a resolution of 1 or half a meter yielding very accurate images, which is actually not required in this application. If the application demands for counting of individual cars on the road or measuring of the outlines of a building or knowing the exact position of the trees or outline of a river, then it is required to go for accurate measurements with satellites of spatial resolution in the order of meters. The satellites data can be used both for measurement and identification. One can identify the bridge, the road, the cars, the vehicles, other details on the terrain by performing some image processing. And one can also assign coordinates to each and every point that help us in knowing the coordinates of each and every location, which is the latitude and the longitude. If one wants to know the distance along the road and the angle between the two streets, it can be done with satellite image processing. For the same distance measurement, earlier one required to go to the site and occupy the point, but now it can be done with the help of satellites. So one can make use of satellite information for precise measurement and identification. References for my presentation is Lange RB, why is the GPS signal so complex in the GPS world? Ben Hoffman, Wellenhoff, H. Riginger and J. Collins, GPS Theory and Practice. Alenic GPS Satellite Surveying, John Willisons. Wells D. et al. Guide to GPS Positioning. Kaplan E. Understanding GPS Principles and Applications. Shaw M.K. Sandhu and Turner Modernization of the Global Positioning System. Langley R.B. The Mathematics of GPS. Conley R.F. Life After Selective Availability. B. Parkinson, J. Springer Jr., GPS Theory and Applications, A. Klunsberg and P. Twinsin, GPS for Geodesy, Ahmad L. Rabani, Introduction to GPS, the Global Positioning System. For any questions, you can comment in my comment box. For further videos, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you.